Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Come Let Us Reason Together. I am your host, Yandea, and joining me, like always, is my brother and co host, Duane. Say what's up, Duane.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
Welcome back. Now, I know, I know that today is Tuesday and that we usually post on Thursday. We usually do our
Yes.
live on Thursday. But this weekend was actually the Abama Healing Retreat, anchoring abundance. And so Duane was uh, in that
Yep.
retreat. It's a retreat that I host every year. And it was wonderful. And I am actually still, if you could see, there's some tents still behind me. I'm actually still here and having some me time, I guess is how
Mhm.
we'd say it. But it has been an amazing time the past few days. Uh, it has just really been, I guess every retreat has its special, its special little thing, and all of them always just feel better and better, as
Yeah.
it goes. So definitely reflecting on a lot of things that came up during that time, and I just feel blessed. I feel really blessed. I feel very fortunate. I feel so much gratitude, the things that were shared, the times that were had, the good times.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
recovering from the good from the good times.
Yes. All the
you
good
know
times.
lots of fun
Hmm.
and in a whole new space, which we'll talk about some other time. A whole new space, blessing from Most High for sure. And that in itself is a whole series to talk about, that manifestation. But here we are, right? Like I said, it's Tuesday.
Indeed.
The number 9 will be released of Not Every Voice is God. That's gonna come out tonight at some point when I'm done editing. I'm almost done, but that will be out tonight. So look for that. I guess look for it tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because what time tonight I finish editing,
Right.
that all depends. But that will be out. Um, that'll be out. I guess let's say tomorrow. Okay, just to be certain. And then Duane, you and I will meet again on Thursday
On
to
Thursday.
go over that,
Yes.
one. But
Mhm.
let's check in and see if anybody is there, if anybody's watching. I can't. I only have this one screen where I am out here. And I'm
Yes.
apologizing in advance for connection if I get lost in the sauce, if I have to reconnect or whatever the case is. But hopefully we don't have to do that today. We had some issues earlier on, but it seems like everything is stable now.
Yes.
So Duane, can you check the chat for us? Just want to say what's up to everybody watching, whether you're live now with us or you're going to be tuning in later, sending you lots of love. Hope you're enjoying these episodes, this series, Not Every Voice is God, and this complimentary, this is how you know, right?
Mhm.
That we're doing just in combination with those videos. And I'm already editing video number 9, and I'm saying, wow, you know, we're one more to go, and that's it of
Yeah.
this in-part series.
Yeah. That's
So
right.
yeah, very exciting. We've
Mhm.
come all this way and talking about this, and I'm really hoping I'm getting a lot of good feedback, about the information that's being shared. So let's hop into it today, Duane. The last video, tell me what you thought about it, and if you have any questions and so on.
Yes. And thank you to everyone who's watching. The last video was wonderful. It was potent. It was straight and to the point. And I know that, everyone who commented, said how much they appreciated that video. Basically, in episode 8, we went over 7 sacred tools to test the message or the voice that you may have received or heard. Um, 7 different tools to test that, to know, is that of Most High or is that of something else,
Hmm.
and we went over these 7 sacred tools, and just to kind of summarize them, we had tool number 1, which was alignment, and it talked about, is this message or this voice, exuding the character and breath of Most High, or does it come with ego or agenda? And then number 2 was about fruit, like what are the fruits that that come from this voice or this message? Is there, peace and clarity and conviction, or is there confusion, anxiety, and pride? Number 3 was about repetition. So about receiving that confirmation, whether it's in prayer or just peace, or if you had a trusted witness, that confirmation. And then number 4 was about the tone. Did it come with the frequency of love and truth, or was it pressure, manipulation, flattery? These are things to look out for. Number 5, the season. So was that for now, or is it something that's not yet ripe, something for the future? And then number 6 was witness. Was there any kind of trusted witness or confirmation, these things? Number 7 was about surrender. So does this leave you with a strength? Is the message remaining strong in peace, or is it fading away? These kinds of things were discussed. Really great tools to work with. So let's get into it, Yan. I had a few questions that you can definitely shed light on.
Okay.
And this first question really applies to all of the tools, but I specified it around number 1 because that's what was discussed. But how important is it to get your own ego out of the way before being able to test the alignment of the voice or the message you received? you know
Important is it? It
Talk
is,
about that filter. you
yeah,
know
it is of the utmost importance.
yeah.
Um, it is, yeah, it is the most important thing.
Hmm.
Because, and that's why I think it's kind of like number 1 on there,
Yeah. Hmm.
because if people remember nothing else, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Remember that. And what was number 7 again?
Surrender.
Surrender,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Those two, number 1 and number 7.
Yeah.
But number 1, alignment, right? Getting yourself out of the way and making
Hmm.
sure that the message is aligned with
Hmm.
Most High. It's
Yeah.
very easy for us to pick and choose, right? What
Yeah.
we think is a word from God, what we
Yeah.
think Most High is saying to us, because everybody wants to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
That's just reality, right? Everybody
Yeah.
wants to hear what they want to hear. And
Mhm.
sometimes when we don't have our ego in check, when we are unaware of the pain that we're still holding, when we're unaware of all the ways that we still want to be um, exalted, acknowledged,
Mhm.
when we're
Mhm.
unaware of all these things, then it's very easy to pretty much fabricate um, or hear our ego speaking
Yes.
and say, it's Most High
Yeah.
speaking to us. So
Mhm.
if you're really asking to know, is this true?
Mhm.
Right? Is this really from Most High? If anyone who's actually really wanting to know if
Mhm.
that voice is really from God, because they don't want to follow a false voice, whether it's from within or not. They have to be willing to be honest. It's like, why ask a question, is this thing real, if you're
Yes.
not willing to hear yes or no? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, if you only want to hear yes, or if you only want to hear no, then you have another agenda.
Yes.
You don't really want the truth. You want to hear what you want to hear, and what you want to hear has a lot to do with all of your inner drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely, you have to have your ego in check. It's like, I think it's I think it's pretty much the most important thing,
Yeah.
because
Like,
it,
is it,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry. Like, is it fair to even say, like, if you haven't done that work to get yourself out of the way, to get your ego out of the way, like, is it even fair to say, maybe don't trust any messages that you're getting, just because even if like you did get a message, you could filter it a certain way based
Yeah.
on your perspective, you know?
Yeah. 100%. I would say it's not that Mosai isn't speaking to you, but
Yes.
if you're unaware of your own, your own hangups, if you're unaware of your own issues, then how
Yeah.
can you trust that what you're hearing isn't that part of you that's
Yes.
speaking very loud and very convincingly?
Yeah.
Um, you know, so how can you? I don't know how someone can.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. I agree. We have Sister Patty joining us on the chat.
Greetings, greetings,
Greetings,
Patty.
sis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Patty.
So
She was at the retreat.
she was also at the retreat.
At the retreat. It's
Yeah.
like
That
we had
was
such a good
wonderful.
time.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
yeah, but that's
great.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, so my next question was about repetition, that piece right there. So let's say that you received a message, but you
Mm-hmm.
haven't gotten any other kind of confirmation for it yet.
Mm-hmm.
What is something like, what are steps that you should take? What should you be praying for? Like, if you haven't received that confirmation, like, you know?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
should, yeah, that action or that
Um,
posture be?
well, I mentioned before, in one of the videos before, I mentioned that,
Mhm,
you know, Most High isn't in a rush,
mhm, yeah,
and if you hear something and you are unsure,
mhm,
and you wait, because there are times when you hear something and it's absolutely,
mhm,
especially those who are
clear.
seasoned,
Yes,
and mature in listening and hearing and following. They're not, it's not all the time that I look for repetition as far as hearing it again or seeing it in a vision or a sign. The repetition can be something as easy as the peace you feel when
yes,
for someone who knows what that is, like when
yeah,
there's a peace, okay, yep, that's
mhm,
most. It's kind of like, if you think of it, right, as something to practice, you're practicing the presence of Most High.
yes,
You're coming to a place where first you meet somebody, it's the first time you hear their voice. Okay, you may look for
mhm,
other ways to confirm
mhm,
that it's that person, right? That's speaking to you. But after a while, you get used to their scent, you get used to the tone of their voice, you get used to, their character. There's all of these things that tell you what a person, like, if it is that person, right?
yes,
Let's say communicating with you. So it's pretty much the same, with Most High. It's that after after a while, that's why I said, like, with maturity, repetition can turn into just confirmation through peace,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what, in the beginning, it may be, oh, I heard something or I dreamt something.
Mhm.
And then someone trusted comes along and says it to you. Sometimes you hear it in a song, you
Yeah.
know. Sometimes, like, I was sharing with you guys, so funny, at the retreat, that
Mhm.
I had a dream about something and there was a
Mhm.
title.
Yeah.
Um, and I knew that it was a message that I should go ahead and accomplish this
Mhm.
thing that I was shown in the vision. And I got on the phone with somebody, and the person said the phrase,
Yes.
you know. And
Yes.
it's such, it's not a common phrase, especially
Yeah.
not the person who said it to me.
Yes.
And, total stranger, and they just said the phrase, and both
Mhm.
my husband and I were like, wow, because we had just
Mhm.
finished talking about it.
Mhm.
And so, I wasn't looking for it, but
Yeah.
I if it never came, I wasn't going to not do, you
That's right.
know,
That's
but
right.
it came.
That's
So
right.
I feel like the repetition always comes in some way.
Mhm.
Before having that person on the phone say
Mhm.
the phrase to me, I woke up, I shared the vision or the dream with my husband, and I
Mhm.
already had a feeling of peace. I had a feeling of excitement, because I know that Most High shared something that's life changing with me.
Yeah.
And it was just so perfect.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so
Yeah.
sometimes repetition is literally just, it could be the feeling of peace that accompanies the word, you know?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And I want to say, even if sometimes the thing being asked of you is not something you would ever think about, even if it's something that calls you out of your comfort zone,
Mm.
even if it's something that is, opposite to what you
Mhm.
want to do,
Mhm.
there would still be a feeling of peace,
Yeah.
because within yourself you're like, oh, but I know that's what's Most High
Yeah.
saying to do. I know that this is
Yeah.
what it is. So there's a peace
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
There's not a I wonder if that's, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's a peace.
Exactly.
Oh, it's like you don't even, that's really, like, say, for example, Spirit may say, pick up the phone and call your mother and reconcile.
Mhm.
And you may be waiting, you may be saying, no, I'm never going to talk to her. She's going
Mhm.
to have to call me. She's going to have to pick up the phone. She's going to have to
Mhm.
do whatever. And Spirit says, pick up the phone and call your mom. It's not something you want to do, but there's no part of you that's wrestling with, is this Most High or not? There's a peace within yourself that's like,
Mhm.
you know who just spoke to you. You know what message they
That's
sent.
right. That's
And
right.
so the piece is there. Now you're going to probably wrestle with emotions on having to make the call, but there's not wrestling
Yes.
with, was that Most High or not? You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's you said, it's so funny in your example. It's like I think it's probably also possible that people get confirmations that they aren't even picking up on too,
Yeah.
right? So it's like
Yeah.
confirmations happen all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing about it is that when Spirit speaks to you, whatever Spirit says is true. So
Yes.
we are also surrounded by truth, even if
Yes.
it's in a subtle way. There is truth all around us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once you're tapped in to, once you align yourself back to alignment, once you align yourself to, this is what Most High is saying, you will find left, right, and center.
Yes.
I mean, it's gonna pop up in movies, it's popping up on clothes tags, it's popping up on things like rant children just be saying these things to you, like, all around. It's, you open old journals and it's there, like, everywhere. It's just all around you,
Yeah.
And so, and in many, many different ways, right? It would be around you. So you're not even always looking for it. It, like I
Mhm.
said, it just comes, to give you that confirmation that, yep,
Yeah.
let's get going. This is the thing to do,
Exactly.
right? Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. Well said. Okay, moving on to season 5. So this one was really good. Like I remember when I watched the video for the first time and you said it, I was like, yes, because
Which one
like
is that?
the season,
Okay.
um, because it's like so often that like again, you said it just earlier, Most High is not in a rush. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like things will all happen in their due season, but we can be in a rush.
Yeah.
And so I've heard you say this before, you know, the answer to prayer will either be yes, no, or not yet. It's
Yeah.
never maybe, it's never
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, the not yet is good because you know it's coming, but
Mhm.
it's hard because you want it, you
Yeah.
you're wanting it as soon as possible, basically.
Right. Yeah.
So how do you know, first of all, when it is not yet, right? Like when that's the answer, or you're receiving a message, but there's that's not the time for it. And then how do you, like, what are some actions to take while things are ripening, you know?
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, well, this kind of ties in with manifestation too, right?
Yes. Yes.
Because sometimes well, it says God speaks to us through dreams and visions. That's
Mhm.
one of the ways, two of the ways God speaks to us through dreams and visions. So let's say someone had a vision, um, and the vision showed that they should go and they'd be living, let's say, on in a beautiful the vision showed, right, that they would be living in this
Mhm.
massive, beautiful, land, this beautiful property. They'd be living there and way beyond what they could ever think or imagine. And, they're like, wow, what is this place? Like, how
Mhm.
do I even get there? Right? Okay. They have no idea how they're going to get there. But we do live in a world that certain things, right, will take place. So if you're gonna have to move to a place, it's not like in your area,
Mhm.
then there are a few things you might do, right? You might start looking up things that are out of your area, or you might just get in your car and go for a drive, right?
Right.
Again, you just allow spirit to lead you, and you don't have to attach any kind of like anxiety to it, because when Most High speaks to you, that thing is already done. When
Yes.
Most High gives you a vision, that thing is already done. So now all you
Yes.
need to do is just be in the joy of
Yes.
that word, be in the joy of that vision, have the
Mhm.
excitement for it, the thanks, the gratitude for it,
Mhm.
and then allow yourself, mosquitoes camping,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
and then allow yourself to you know allow yourself to just naturally be, right?
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
don't you don't have to um you don't have to really do anything.
Mhm.
When spirit speaks to you, you literally can just be, unless it's an instruction, like,
Mhm.
go
Mhm.
and do this now. Like,
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
example, when I moved from, not where I was when I moved, like, let's say in 2020, when I moved, before I came to the farm, I was waking up every day
Mhm.
for for a while. I was
Mhm.
waking up. I think it was over a period of like 3 months or something, right?
Mhm.
I was waking up and I was hearing a voice say to me, "Do not let October find you here. Do not let October find." And I would be sleeping and I would just hear this voice. And I would wake up like looking around, nobody's there. And I'm like, what is this? So I would go meditate.
Mhm.
And because it was very early, I'd go meditate. And in my meditation, I would see this place. and to the point where I was told by spirit to, you know, make what I was seeing in these visions, to place them on down on a piece of in a book. So I
Yeah.
did that, and months later I met a young man who I had known from before. Just didn't even remember, we never even knew that we had met each other.
Mm-hmm.
And spirit said, show him your book where you have all
Mm-hmm.
these images of what you've been seeing in the visions. And I showed it to him. Okay, this is 2000, and actually, sorry, this was 2018. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't been speaking to this guy for a while because he's busy doing his work and everything. And in 2020, June, he contacted me. Hey, Yan, tell me about your vision again. What vision? The one in the book, the one you're doing everything for. I
Mm-hmm.
said, oh, that vision, the vision.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, tell me about it. I told him, and he goes, I want to bring you somewhere. The place he brought me is the farm. That's where I met my husband.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, take in that spirit had been telling me, but spirit did not start telling me to leave until 2020, that I
Yes.
should not let October find me in the place that I was. So 2018, I'm getting these visions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? All of this stuff is
Mm-hmm.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
2000, 2020
Mm-hmm.
is when this guy that I already showed this thing to, so like a year passes,
Yes.
and that in that year he ended up my husband ended up reaching out to him, or whatever the case is, because he was a farmer or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and random stranger made that connection with him.
Yes.
And then he calls me because he said when he went to the place, he was like, this reminds me of Yandea's vision.
Yes.
So he
Yeah.
contacted me wanting to bring me so that I could see this place. And
Mm-hmm.
in seeing the place, I also saw my husband, who I had met
Yes.
once when I was
Many
14.
years ago. Yes.
How did I meet him? I was sleeping. Spirit said, wake up, go outside, you'll see a boy. That was it. I saw the path that I had to walk because I was in a city that I hadn't been in, was my cousin's place where she lived. Slept over
Mm-hmm.
for her birthday. I was never allowed to sleep over. One time I'm allowed to sleep over. I sleep over. Spirit says, wake up, go outside, you'll see a boy. And I saw where I had to pass. I went outside with my cousin. I passed that same way. In passing, I passed the boy. That
Mm.
boy I passed was my husband, is my
Wow.
husband.
Wow.
I did not meet him until I was 37 years old.
Yep. 20, 22 years later or something.
So
Wow.
the point is, see, for Most High is not in time, right? So so spirit be telling you to do things,
Yeah.
and that could be something that you're doing that will come into effect 22 years down the road.
Right.
I've written things in my journal, and the spirit is write that, and I'm like, what is this about? Silence. I'm like, oh, okay, one of those.
Yep.
After
Yep.
a while you get to know, right?
Exactly.
After you're obedient, if there's
Mm.
silence, it just means wait.
Yes.
Just wait. And the
Yep.
wait could be a day, it could be a moment, it could be years.
Mhm.
If your ego is not involved, it won't matter.
Mm. Yes.
See, if your ego is not
Yes.
involved, it won't matter.
Yes.
So, for
Yes.
example, if I, at the age of 14, needed a boyfriend right then and there,
Mm.
it would bother me that,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do with this boy? Whatever, all of this stuff.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it wasn't, right? If and that goes for anything, right?
Yep.
Anything, it's like if your ego is there, then it's a problem if it doesn't
Yeah.
happen tomorrow or the
Yeah.
next day or the next day or whatever the
Yes.
case is. But
Mhm.
you have to know that when spirit speaks to you and tells you something or shows you something, it's already done. it's already finished because spirit is speaking to you from outside of time,
Exactly.
outside of space.
Yeah.
So from there, spirit shows you a land of abundance. From there, spirit shows you a husband, a wife, a big family, or whatever. You're not being shown something that's coming from a place of like limitations of time, right?
Yeah.
You're being
Yes.
shown something that is. Now,
Yes.
in order for you to manifest that thing, in order for you to embrace that thing and live it, you need to be.
Yes.
You need to be. That's what you need to do. You need to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to be. Go through every day, continuing to bring yourself into alignment, into alignment, into alignment, into alignment, right? Healing, doing whatever it is you do, but you're not doing it from the place of ego. Like, if I don't heal and if I don't align, I won't get that thing.
Yeah.
That spirit has shown me.
Exactly.
You see what I
Exactly.
mean? It can't be like that, right? Because
Yeah.
that's what? Ego.
Yes.
And then now you're out of alignment. Things
Yes.
you're out of alignment, right?
Yes.
So that's the key thing, like we said in the beginning, is in alignment.
Yes.
Being in alignment. That's it. I'm sure my parents, who had never allowed me to sleep over anywhere, did not think the one day we allow her to spend one night at her cousin's house will be the one day that she meets the man that she will end up marrying. Exactly. I'm sure they didn't think, because they picked me up early. I didn't even get to spend the whole day with my cousin. It was like sleep and then breakfast and then, okay, your parents are here for you. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So that was it, you know. But something, they got a little feeling like, let her sleep over this time, and that's all. Right? And listen, it's not to say that at some other point in life I would not have crossed paths with him, because when we sat down and looked at where we've lived, he's lived in this place, then I moved to that place. Then he moved to another place, then I moved to that other place. It's like we've been I've been following his steps. He's been leading for a long time, you know? Yeah. And it just so happened that, you know, when the time came, when I guess, you know, we had to meet, we met. And, you know, and that's it. So I don't know why we didn't meet, but why we didn't meet before, and why this and why that. It really is irrelevant, because we're here now.
That's right. That's right.
You know, we're here now. Yeah. And we have a nice little love story, you know. I love our story because it shows the awesomeness of Most High. It shows how God is faithful. It shows how if you trust and you continue bringing yourself into alignment, that there's nothing that can be withheld from you. You know, the only thing stopping you from getting what spirit has spoken to you or shown you is yourself, if you choose to not move into alignment. Like, it's already ordered for you. Your blessing is already ordered for you here in this spot A. Spirit says, hey, I need you to go to A. And you decide to go to X. You decide to go to M. You know, you decide to go anywhere else. Well, that's on you. And then the question is, why are you going to the other letters, right? You may have fears, you may have all this other issues going on that you say, no, not A, right? Oh, A is too small. A is not, you know, not impressive enough. You could have all these things. Most High could never tell me to go to A. A is like, if God knows, if God knows, really God knows, God would know that what I really desire is M, right?
Exactly.
But then God also knows the reason you desire M is because you're unhealed and you have issues. And once those issues are fixed, then you won't desire M. and
That's
you'll
right.
be most happy with A,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's well said. So well said. So well said.
Hey, you look like you're like Mia. Are we still in the retreat zone?
I am. I am. I wish I was there right now.
I know. It's
Yeah.
like I feel it too. I'm like, wow,
So well
this
said.
is lasting a very long time.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's honestly, it's not it's not hard to hear Most High. It's not hard to discern, is this Most High speaking to me?
Mm.
It's not hard. The part that is difficult for most people is to face their own selves. Like that's the part that's difficult, is to be willing to really see themselves, really understand why they desire what they desire, and to surrender, right? To surrender and to let go of the things that, they think, things that we may think we want or need. Um, because most times the things that we desire and the things that we think we want or need, it's all coming from pain,
Mm.
from, sufferings. It's all coming from unhealed things, from traumas. They're speaking so loud, right? And so to really sit down and see yourself and understand what you're seeing, accept what you're seeing, and desire to heal so that you can be free of these demands that
Yes.
that you're putting on yourself,
Yes.
on God, on life, on everybody
Mm-hmm.
around you, and to
Mm-hmm.
just be set free from that. I
Mm.
mean, once you can do that, you're just, your ears will be wide open, and tuned in to your higher self, tuned into Most High, for sure.
Yeah.
It's quieting all the other voices. You see what I'm saying? It's
Mm.
quieting all the other voices and just letting one speak. Yeah.
It's honestly very powerful, Oh, Sister Patty says, such an amazing story. I never get tired hearing it. So true. Me too, sis.
Mm.
Yeah, it's so powerful because, I really think that a lot of things in life, society, technology, all of these different things have trained us towards, instant gratification or, things like that. And, you know, hearing stories like this really help to re-emphasize how much like divine timing is so like outside of all of that, like
Right.
and there is no rush, so
Mhm.
yeah, it's just continuing to do your part, continuing to do the work, the healing, staying in alignment, and just being out of the way, being
Mhm.
out of the way of, what I like, you get what I mean when I say out of the way. Um, yeah, to allow for certain things to take place.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
A good example of that is, if you remember in the story of Yeshua
Mm-hmm.
in the New Testament, there were many people who were saying, like, hey, if you're the Messiah, do this now.
Mm-hmm.
Even Satan, right?
Yes.
When tempting him, was saying, if you are the
Yes.
Son of God, then do this,
Mm-hmm.
right? Do that. And um, it's not to say that the the word that Most High has spoken over your life, that
Mm-hmm.
that thing is not that thing is not true if you don't act. It's
Mm-hmm.
that if you know who you are, back to alignment, back to
Mm-hmm.
the ego thing, when
Yes.
you know who you are, realize that there will be voices that try to push you into the very thing that God has for you before time. See?
Yeah.
Before time.
Yeah.
And a
Yes.
lot of people are concerned about missing it when you're not going to ever miss it. You're not going to miss
That's
it.
right.
What you
That's
should be
right.
concerned about is getting in there before time. And the reason why is because the thing that will most people will be rushed into something before time because of that eagerness. Because, for example, if Mosai says, "Oh, I'm gonna, you're gonna be a millionaire," right? And if you're a poor person and Spirit says you're gonna be a millionaire, you might have so much, you might have so much unresolved things possibly within
Yes.
you that
Yeah.
you may be a millionaire in 30 years, but you're like trying to get that now. But
Yes.
within that 30 years, a lot of things have to be worked out of you.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then maybe after it's worked out of you and you've learned a few lessons, you write a
Yes.
book and the book is a bestseller and you become a millionaire. You
There
get
it
what I'm
is.
saying?
There
So
it is.
sometimes
Yeah.
it's because we really we don't know ourselves, and so because we don't know ourselves, we put timelines on things that is that's not in alignment.
Yeah.
We rush things. I remember when I was this is like 20 years ago. I remember when I had a dream, and the dream was I was engaged, and the dream was about my ex-husband. And in the dream, I was walking down. I was in St. Lucia, and I was walking down this hill where my grandmother lives. And I saw this mango tree, and I looked up at the mango, and the mango looked really good. Like it looked nice and ripe. And I was like, wow, this mango is great. And it was in the sun and it was shiny. And I was like, wow, I want that mango. It looks so yummy. And I reached for the mango and I got the mango. And in the dream, Spirit said, do not eat this mango. Although it looks ripe on the outside, it is green on the inside. And when you eat it, it will hurt your stomach.
Yes. Yes.
It will give you pain, unbearable pain.
Yes.
And I said in the dream, I was like, I'm smelling the mango and I'm like looking at it and I'm like, no,
You
this is
wouldn't.
not green on. I know mangoes. I know mangoes. I used to eat mangoes all the time, right? I could pick
Yes.
mango. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, this is right. And
Yeah.
so I ate the mango in the dream. I peeled
Mm.
it. It was yellow. It wasn't even green. So it's
Mm-hmm.
the more I was like, no, come on, look at this. It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I ate the mango and it tasted so good. I was eating the mango. I was like, wow, that voice was wrong. And after I was done eating the mango, my stomach started hurting so terribly in the dream.
Wow.
I
Wow.
remember waking up in pain.
Wow.
And because I was already a single mother, I
Mm.
had my first son already, I was going to a church where people held that over my head. They used to call
Mm-hmm.
me the divorcee.
Mm.
And that bothered me so much that I was going to church and everybody was looking down on me because I had one child and I was divorced. And,
Mm.
it really bothered me, to not be accepted and to be looked
Mm.
down on like that and really like
Mm.
ostracized. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I got that dream, although Spirit warned me and my
Mm.
ex-husband was going to this church also,
Yeah.
although Spirit warned me, do not eat this, my ego, my
Mm.
ego was saying,
Mm.
but he's the guy in the church. All of these church
Mm.
mothers respect him. They
Mm-hmm.
all think he's a star, right? The next
Mm-hmm.
upcoming pastor. They are
Yeah.
looking at him in that way, and he's a
Mm-hmm.
man of God, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, if anybody in here you should marry who would let them stop harassing
Mm-hmm.
you and looking
Mm-hmm.
down on you because you're
Yeah.
divorced of a child, it's
Yes.
him. As
Yes.
soon as you marry that guy,
Yeah.
all this harassment is going to stop.
Go away.
And people will finally accept you and your son, and you could be in this church and have this church family. I'm being honest. That
Yeah.
was the part of it. That was the temptation. It's
Mm.
because I had this hurt inside of me. I had this desire to be accepted by family, by, at this point, it was church family.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, and it's a primal desire, right? Because of
Yeah.
that desire, and because I didn't know myself
Yes.
well enough, at this point, I was 19 years old.
Yes.
Actually, I got married when I was 18, and then I got married when I was 18 to my first son's father. We had a whole issue with his religion and my religion and all this
Mm-hmm.
type of stuff. Ended up getting divorced, and it was while I was in church that I met
Mm-hmm.
the second, and Spirit said, "Do not, do not eat this mango." And I knew it. When I woke up, I said, "Who is the mango?" Because I knew it was a person.
Yes.
Who is the mango? And he said, and I heard the name of the person
Wow.
who had proposed to me.
Yes.
And he had proposed to me in front of the entire church. And it was a big
Mm.
thing, big happiness. Everybody was happy
Yeah.
and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
And so,
Big show.
for me, it was like, this is great. I'm like redeemed.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I went ahead and I ignored the warning. I ignored the voice of Most High,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I ate that mango, right? I got married and I had two children and I had a whole lot of pain and suffering.
Yeah.
And after 7 years, I was divorced. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the pain, and I thought that was it. No, the pain and
Mm.
suffering continued. It
Continued.
continued, and like my stomach hurt to the point of death. That is
Mm.
literally what I went through, the most
Mm.
deepest pain. And so I look back and I said, what the cost of disobeying when God speaks to you is just too high.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is just too high, because spirit will never lead you astray.
Yeah.
Most High never tells us things for our downfall,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even if we may not like it. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's
Mm.
because God sees everything. God knows everything. And so we are seeing just a fraction, and Most High is seeing all the way down the road. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Seeing everything, because God is outside of time.
Yeah.
So, we're here and we're thinking just about today, tomorrow, and next day, and yesterday, and whatever. And all of eternity is in the
That's
scope
right.
of Most High. All
Yeah.
of eternity, you know?
Yeah.
So I learned that lesson the hard way. And so when I share these things, like not every voice is God, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I say
Yeah.
that, like, yo, listen, deal with your trauma,
Yeah.
because you will follow your trauma and your ego, and
Mm.
you will suffer
Yeah.
when you put those things above the voice of Most High and the direction of Most High, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. And I hope sharing this will really
Mm-hmm.
help someone understand, like, it's
Mm-hmm.
not worth it. It is not worth it. So now it doesn't matter. I could see I could see everything in front of me. Everything that I always desire could be in front of me. And if spirit says no, I'm like, bye. Later.
That's it. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's dangling. There's not a carrot big enough. You get what I'm saying? There's just not a carrot. And I don't even care. This is just not, because you know what? Bigger than any carrot would always be knowing that I have an open connection with Most High. That will always be the number one thing. If I lose that, I've lost it all. So there is no carrot big enough.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is no carrot big enough. Yeah. So, yeah, you just work at these things daily. You know, ego, not to say ego will never be there. Of course, there's times your pride, this, that, it comes up. It will. But the key thing is to be aware of it.
Yes.
Be aware of it and then make sure you're not choosing it over the voice of Most High.
Yeah.
Sister Patty says something here. She says, sometimes we get distracted with busyness of life. So it's important to take time to be silent. Yes. Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's such a valuable reminder, you know, like that story. And knowing you and knowing, you know, some of the things that you have been through and suffered, you know, for that that decision there. Yeah, that's huge, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't. That's the thing. So no, I don't. How many of those lessons do I need?
That's it.
You know, if every time you follow Most High, you're led into growth and blessings and abundance. And every time you don't listen, you're led into your own way of running into disaster.
That's right.
And I want to say, it's not that Most High is saying, if you do this, I will bless you. And if you don't do this, I will curse you. No, it's that down this road is a desert. Down this road is green pastures.
Yeah.
And Most High is saying, hey, I would love for you to experience green pastures. Take a right turn.
That's right.
But if you resist the right turn and you chose to go the left turn, it's not because Most High put that there.
Exactly.
Because you didn't listen. It's that thing was there
That was the
already.
destination for
that thing existed already. And so you were given the choice. You were given the choice. Always. The voice comes to give you the choice. Hey, go here, do this, do that, because opposite of that is opposite of that.
Exactly.
That's it. And so I know in my life that whenever Most High speaks and says go left, it's because whatever is on the right is not good, not what I want to experience.
Yes.
Right? And that's how it is for me. So it doesn't matter if I went right and it seemed like, oh man, there's nothing here. Literally, this is how it is for me. If I had to take the right turn and all I saw was dry ground, and I'm looking over and other people who took the left turn, they're like, wow, it's all this water and greenery over here. I would stop and I would say, okay, Most High, what do you want me to do now? Dig? Plant?
Right.
Wait?
Yeah.
Pray for rain? Die?
Right.
Is there someone here that I should share the little bit of water that I have with? Do you see what I'm saying? It's never going to be that Most High led me astray. It's only going to be that Most High led me into my destiny. Now it's a matter of me to further align and attune to what is my next step here. And so I look off and I see a shovel and I start digging because Spirit says dig. You see a shovel, that's the only thing around, dig. I start digging, and next thing you know, I find gold, I find oil, I find water, I find abundance, right? It's enough for me to buy many pastures. It's enough for me to feed and help many people. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how I've experienced Most High in my life, from beginning to end and to beginning again. That's it. That's what I know about God, about who I call Most High. I can't speak about other people's things, but
that's right.
My creator, my source, the one who is, you know, who I call my mother and father, spiritual mother and father, creator of all things. That's what I know of that, of the characteristics of Most High. So again, knowing God, but knowing yourself. If you have those two down, you're not going to go astray. You know, you're not going to go astray. I think that's it, Duane.
Well said. Yeah, I think that is it. And that is a perfect note to end on. Wow. Thank you so much for everything you shared. This has been so wonderful, so enlightening and insightful. So thank you.
I'm grateful for, having the opportunity to share these things.
Yeah.
And I just always pray that it reaches someone, it reaches the right people. I know that it will, I know that it will. I know that it has. And so give thanks if you are watching this. Thank you for, staying with us. We would love to hear from you in the comment section. Tell us, your thoughts, if you have any questions, if there is something else you'd like us to talk about, a topic or whatever the case is, please let us know. And if you would like to join us on one of these Come Let Us Reason Together episodes, please let us know. We would love to have you on. I'm going to say, I think the month of September is going to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be very, not adventurous, very kind of like, it's right there in my mind. Like when things, it's kind of spontaneous.
Okay. Yes. Spontaneous.
S for September, S for spontaneous.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Spontaneous September. Right? The month of September is going to be very spontaneous because a lot of changes are happening for myself, my family, a lot of good things, and we are flowing with Spirit. And after this series is done, what we do next is going to be a surprise.
That's right.
Not just for you, but for me too. So that's just the truth. That's what it is. There's a few things that have come to my mind and my heart, but which one goes first? I don't know. I don't really care. All that matters to me is that I'm in alignment and in tune, and whatever has to be posted will be posted. However, whatever turn, this channel takes, it's going to take. So enjoy episode 9, which will air, if not, well, look at the time now, which will air, if not tonight, it will be on tomorrow. And then after that, episode 10, and then we will see where Spirit takes us from there. Okay. So
very exciting things on the way.
Yes, definitely. And if you have not, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps me. It helps this whole algorithm business that I've recently, learned all about. So by subscribing, by liking, by sharing, you help these videos get out to other people. And it's a great way to say, hey, Ann, I'm really enjoying your content. Keep going. Thank you. So I love you so much for doing that for me. And we will see you next Thursday.
That's right.
Next Thursday.
This Thursday.
Oh my gosh, it is this Thursday.
In 2 days.
In 2 days.
Yes.
I'm still on retreat schedule. I am
Me
definitely on
too.
retreat time.
Me
But
too.
we will see you in 2 days. See you in 2 days.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.